Meet Benedict Duta Gatere, one of the mentors at the LVCT Health's Dream Site in Umoja, Kiambu County. Benedict, a second-born child among his 3 children, was not born handicapped. 11 years ago, she could do all her work normally. She narrates to us the fretful ordeal that changed her life forever.
I was born just like every other person, and unfortunately or fortunately in 2011 I got a stroke on the left side of my body. Well, it was a hard pill to swallow at first, but with the support system that I got from my parents, especially my father, I was able to overcome and live life normally like every other person. I'm also a mother of 2 girls, one in Form 3 and one is 1 year and a half. They are the reasons why I had to empower myself and move on with life. Also, the grace of God has carried me all the way. I thank God for that. And the willpower in me has seen me through as well.
Niko na watoto watatu na Benedict ndio mtoto wangu wa pili. Nilimzaa kama watoto hawa wengine, lakini kuamini kwake kwa Mungu kulinipea nguvu sana, sababu hata akiwa ICU alikuwa anasema mimi sikufi, I'm living. Sasa hiyo ilikuwa inaniweka moyo sana, sababu nilikuwa naona ako na uamini ati ataishi. Sasa nikaona ikiwa yeye ndiye ako mgonjwa na mimi, kwa nini nisikubali maneno yake. Sasa tumekaa na yeye akiwa hivyo, lakini hata simuonangi akiwa na ulemavu, sababu yeye hujifanyia kila kitu. Hata ukienda kumsaidia na kuambia mam, acha mimi nitajifanyia.
I am a mentor Umoja site. I mentor AGYWs between the ages of 15 to 17. I thank God for the platform because I am passionate about empowering girls. So I was given that platform that I do not take for granted. I love girls in the sense that I love women being empowered. Especially, I live in this community and I would see most girls getting lost to early teenage pregnancies, drugs, and doing things that are not fit for their lives. Now, when I was given this platform, the first thing I thought about was my village, how I could impact this village positively. Thank God the opportunity that have been given by Dreams has empowered me financially. I have seen girls change in this community because I work with them on a very close level. I thank God for that opportunity. My parents have also opened our home for the girls. So I'm on call even at night.
Before leaving the house, Benedict narrates to us her daily routine and how she prepares herself for work.
I wake up every day. I am an early bird. I wake up, I make breakfast for my family, I pray with them, I clean. I like my cleaning, not touch-ups. I actually clean. If there are clothes to wash, I wash. I clean up my space. I cook food for the baby. I leave the baby because I normally leave the baby with my parents. I cook and make their work. Like when I leave the baby with my mother, she doesn't have to cook. So I feed the baby. Mostly I'm here around 8 mostly. So during tea break at 10, I rush back home and to check on them. So that time I find the baby and maybe give her 10 o'clock snack and then rush back to work. My mentorship classes are on Saturdays. I mentor a group of 60 girls. 20 of them are in boarding school. So on On average, every Saturday I mentor 40 girls. Subjects vary from the vices I see in the society. So most of them is life skills, from how they carry themselves in the society, in school. And right now, because I had 15 to 17, most of these girls are in Form 3 and Form 4, almost doing their KCSE. So my mentorship topics are based on their readiness towards, I am honing them for KCSE.
We accompany her at this safe space where she interacts with the Dreams girls and equips them with social skills to empower them for a great future. Today she's teaching about self-esteem. The Dreams girls enjoy her lesson and have a lot to say about her.
My mentor is Madam Benedict. Yeah, I love the way venye najibeba yeye mwenyewe, as in though ako disabled, yeah, but she's confident. Though even you see come in a humble background, but I always encourage myself on how, though I come from that poor background, same to as her, on how to look forward unto my dreams. Yeah, then he always encouraged me as my mother, yeah, by advising me, even not just as lively life, but even in spiritual. He always even giving me a chance where some of the times I am not given a chance.
Can we clap for ourselves? Good. My class is lively today. So, where does self-esteem come from?
Nafunzwa na Cha Bernadette. Cha Bernadette hukuwa mzuri, anatuwezanga kutueducate how to live kwanza kwa hii village, venye si kupenda kwetu juu bado kuna wasichana wengine wameharibika sana kwa hii village yetu. Most of them, majority, tuseme like 90% of them wamepata ball. So when wamebaki ni wadogo, so anatu guide on how to maintain ourselves. And na leo tena tumefunzwa about self-esteem. And I've learned that usijichukue mwili yako usifananishe na ya mwingine. Kuna wenye wako na pesa, tuseme na wewe una, so wewe unajiona hata ufai. Accept yourself the way you are and from your background.
Every Saturday, the young girls gather together to learn and share transformative information about their sexual reproductive health, prevention of HIV, and early teenage pregnancies under the care of their mentor.
Well, girls that were once bad girls in the society, others were into drugs, and like in this society, girls, it is rampant for girls to give birth kiholela and leave girls with their grandparents. I talk to the girls on how they can abstain from sex. So the girls that have already given birth, we help them, we empower them with a business startup. We put up businesses for them so that they can become financially independent and be able to take care of the girls that they have already given birth to and not having to unburden their parents.
My mentor is Teacher Bernadette. She's a very good teacher to me. What she has taught me is that how to live your life in a better way, that should prevent other bad things like like to have sex with other people if you don't have interact with them, and to prevent yourself in HIV. So it has helped me up to where I am.
Others are busy in schools doing college courses that have helped them become financially independent. Instead of having to stay in this basis idling, they're out there making a living, they're working.
This section, Madam Bernadette has encouraged us on how to accept yourself, on the way you are. And also, what I've learned is that no matter how your background is, it will matter with your future dream. And as for me, I have liked to be a journalist, and that is good for me.
Caroline Omondi, the site in charge of Umoja Dreams, expresses her delight in Benedict's work as a dedicated and enthusiastic mentor despite her physical challenge.
So out of the 1,928 girls that are active, I have 33 mentors. So amongst the 33 mentors is one that is differently abled. And even with her being differently abled, she's very active, does her work well. She's one person who's always very punctual and does her work without much follow-up, and is very much loved with the girls as well. Her name is Benedict, who joined Dreams in 2021 as a mentor. She lives in this community just around. She also has her own daughter within the Dreams project that is also supported by the project, and she's loved by her girls. She does her things very, very quickly. She doesn't delay owing to the fact that she's differently abled, and she doesn't sideline herself. Whenever people are doing something or anything, she always wants to be included. I remember last year we had a graduation for some dream girls who had been promoted to mentors, and some of them had gone through all the interventions and completed, and she was among them. I remember wanting to help her put on her graduation cape. Then she was like, no, I can do it. Whereas I thought I would just pick that cape and put it on her head. She told me, no, don't do it for me. Just let me do it as you watch me. And I looked at her as she was doing, and I was like, wow, this is one very able girl. I love the determination within her, and she believes as time goes by, she's going to be totally, completely independent and will be able to do things on her own without much help.
Kwa hivyo ningehimiza wazazi, kama uko na mtoto unaona ako na ulemavu kidogo, usimuachilie, encourage ndio afanye kazi yake, na ukimusupport kama vile tumesupport Bernadette. Hata the other siblings wanamsaidia sana, sababu hawataki kuona akiwa na shida. Akisema tu ako na shida, wana respond immediately.
Dreams is a prayer answered for me. Dreams has impacted me. It has empowered me financially. Having to bring up my daughters alone, I do not have to be a burden to anyone financially. My parents I take care of my parents financially, so I do that confidently without my parents having to borrow all the time. It has also made me confident because I am differently abled. I am confident even when I'm given other platforms. I am confident about my work. Another thing I have to say about Dreams, they did not look at me differently. Everyone is very supportive. I thank God for that. From our mom, site in charge, Carol Umondi, they are all supportive. I do not feel the stigma that comes with being differently abled. I thank God for that. It begins with you. No matter how much you're supported, it begins with you. You must have a willpower. It starts from there, and acceptance. You must accept that now you're different and life has to go on. because most of the times you will face stigma, but you have to carry your heads high with confidence. And for us who are differently abled, like in my case, I can get to point A, from point A to point B. The only difference between the other people is maybe the time I'll get there, but hey, I'll still get there. Regardless of how slow I walk, I will get there.
Bernadette is an inspiration to many other differently abled people, and through her resilience, she proves that anything is possible with consistent effort. The BT Project celebrates her mentorship skills and empowerment to keep the young and adolescent girls independent. Through mentors like Bernadette, LVCT Health continues to keep our young adolescent girls safe, empowered, and AIDS-free by equipping them with life skills and financial capabilities for a healthy generation.